Greetings all and welcome to Dave's Craft Room. I'm Dave, and on today's video, we're making a quilt, another quilt, out of this Fabscrap fabric. And in case you missed it, I think last month I made a video where I did an unboxing of the Fabscrap scraps that I ordered. Fabscrap is a company that recycles textiles. You can go on their website and order scraps, and I ordered a bunch of scrap bundles. I ordered a blue one, and I already made a quilt out of the blue scraps. I plan to make another one soon. And now I'm gonna do gray. Gray is not a color I typically work with, but I do like gray. I mean, who doesn't like gray? It's like a neutral, get into it. And same thing as the blue one. These are all different kinds of fabric, some a bit stretchy. And I'm pretty much just gonna sew it up into a quilt, into an improv style quilt. And then I have this heart fabric. I absolutely love this. I'm gonna put a link below to where I bought this. I forget what project I initially purchased this for. Oh, this is how much I have left of it. I wanna put the hearts on the gray. I mean, it's a simple idea. I think it's gonna be stunning. It's gonna be raw edge applique. I'm gonna like the vibe of the kind of frayage of the raw edge applique. Let's start. I am going to interface some of the fabrics. Just because a fabric is stretchy doesn't necessarily mean I need to interface it. Like this is stretchy, but I probably wouldn't interface it just because it's kind of thick and it's more sturdy. That's true of a lot of these. I'm not going to interface everything, but some things I think I would be better off interfacing. There's also jersey fabric in here. Like this, for example, this is exactly it. This is the stuff that sports ball jerseys are made out of. So I am going to interface that for sure. Sweatshirt jersey, I mean, you can interface sweatshirt jersey or you don't have to. And I don't really like to interface sweatshirt jersey because it's already so thick. The interfacing just makes it thicker. I find that I can work with it without, look, this is a pant leg. This looks like a sleeve. Look at this glittery stuff. Oh, not leopard print. I hate leopard print. But I am gonna use it. That needs to be interfaced. Oh, I like this. I love a plaid, a gray plaid. I like this. Let me just start by ironing and interfacing things. Now let's just iron and this is the pile of stuff that needs interfaced. Alright, I've interfaced whatever I wanted to, and now I'm off piecing the quilt, and this method is very improv where I just grab the next piece and sew it on, and then trim it to make it fit. I don't necessarily leave it all up to fate. I make decisions about where I want the pieces and what looks good together, but when the pieces are all gray, you really can't go wrong. This part comes together pretty fast. I think I pieced it in a couple days. I make a series of chunks like this, and then on the design wall I put them where I want them, and then I make them the right size to fit together, and I just carry on until I have a large rectangle. If I remember correctly, I actually did raid my own stash for some more black and gray sweatshirt jersey and t-shirt jersey, otherwise I would have had to make a smaller quilt. Alright, this is the heart fabric, and I'm gonna applique the hearts on top of the gray background. I originally was gonna put them in kind of random locations. I don't know if I still think that's a good idea. Let's get to put in the fusible on here and cut them out, and then see what looks good on the design wall. As I was cutting these out, I kind of designed in my head the way I wanted them, and then I realized it on the design wall. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Just one stripe. It's a lot like the blue one I made where I just had one stripe right there. Apparently there's a theme. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's not in the middle. We're gonna commit! I want to hand quilt this. I think it's gonna look best hand quilted. I really don't feel like hand quilting, or I don't know if I have enough time, but I think it's the move. I'm gonna sew together, the reason I'm talking to you right now is because I'm waiting for my iron to heat up. I'm gonna sew together some t-shirt jersey backings because I have so much black, and this is a quilt made of recycled textiles. I'm gonna use recycled textiles for the backing too. Let me finish ironing these. This is my free motion foot, and I find that it's good for top stitching appliques. Anytime you have a strange shape with round edges, the free motion foot is best, and the action is kind of just like when you're doing free motion quilting. You can just do a straight stitch as long as you're going for that kind of frayed edge, rugged look. I didn't really want the thick line of the zigzag stitch. I prefer just a straight line with the free motion foot. Here I'm preparing the t-shirt jersey backing. I really like using t-shirt jersey for backing because it's soft, it's drapey, it adds more weight to the quilt. You know it's comfortable because you wear t-shirts made out of it. And it is challenging because it stretches, but also I usually select it for a project like this where accuracy is not super important. Alright, this is the pile of 22-inch pieces of t-shirt. We're just gonna sew them up. So the move is to sew them together, iron it towards one direction, it does not matter which direction, and then top stitch that seam down. Because ironing them like this is really not gonna keep the seam going any one way. See that? And that's how I'm gonna do the seams on the back for the backing. These are all 22 inches wide, so I can sew them all together. And I don't know how many I'm gonna need, but I have so much more where that came from, so I should be good. Alright, you probably get the gist. I'm gonna piece the rest of this backing off camera and then come back when it's done. Alright, so I finished piecing the t-shirt jersey backing. This is gonna be a huge challenge because of how stretchy t-shirt jersey is. I did not interface this. I'm not gonna interface a whole sheet of a backing. You know what I mean? That's just too much interfacing. So, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? It can stretch. It'll be fine. I like the backing because of how different the shades of black are. It's heavy. And then this is the cotton batting. So let's get it sandwiched now. My house doesn't have carpet, but I have this orange rug, and I find that it's good to sandwich the quilt on carpet or a rug because the friction kind of keeps it in place. Otherwise, on the smooth surface, you might have to tape the edges down so that it won't slide. I'm doing the inside out method here, where I make a French seam, or it's also called a knife blade edge, and then I use a washable marker to mark the quilting lines, and I safety pin the layers together. All right, people, I'm here at the machine ready to do this machine quilting, and really wanted to do hand quilting with the embroidery floss because I think it would look so much better. But with the t-shirt jersey backing, it's just too thick, and it's gonna hurt my hand. My hand is like still sore from doing the blue one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my walking foot instead. Kind of a bummer. I do think actually that it would look better with the embroidery floss hand quilting big stitch, but I just don't have the time with the energy to do it. So this I think will be fine. Just gonna go around the border and then vertical lines. And I have gray on the front and black on the back, except I don't because the black just ran out. All right, this is the final result. It turned out stunning. And this is my second Fabscrap quilt. Make sure to check out my first one if you have not seen it yet. And that's gonna be all for today's video. Thank you for coming to Dave's Craft Room. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and please come again.